Hey everyone, this is Neonism coming with you the first of the 2026 paint scheme tier list ranking videos. I'm going to try to be doing these all year long. We'll see what the reaction is, but just a little bit about me so you know why I would be doing this of all things. I'm an iRacing painter. I've been doing it since 2014. So we're going on 12 years. It'll be 12 years in March. And even before that, I was doing paint scheme designs as early as NASCAR '08 using Paint.net and some other software, as well as various things in Forza Motorsport. But I can talk about that later if you guys want me to. But first things first, we're going to be looking at paint schemes for the Cookout Clash, which will eventually happen, I believe. Uh, Hopefully Wednesday. Um, so let's get right into it. First up, we have Ross Chastain's Choice Privileges car. A bit different paint scheme from last year. Do like that is keeping Chastain's motif of either running a blue car generally or an orange car, with obviously some other colors in there. But this one, as far as a Trackhouse paint goes and a Ross Chastain paint goes, it's pretty basic. Nothing really jumps out. I do like the orange, but we're gonna uh, give this one a solid B, just because. Yeah, I like the orange. There's a lot of contrast. Gonna have that chrome number, of course, is Trackhouse, but nothing too crazy on it. Obviously, doesn't look bad. It's really well balanced, and we'll see how it stacks up. It might change. We'll see how this goes. Next up, Austin Cindric's number 2 Freightliner car. This paint scheme has been popular in the past. Freightliner, transport, trucking stuff. Love the grid of, I believe it's supposed to be like a topographic map or like a city map on the background. Really like that. But the Freightliner logo could definitely be bigger. This is the thing that a lot of people complain about with numbers being moved forward, is that oh, there's all this empty space, but the sponsor needs to use that space. I can think of a lot of different uses for this. Uh, Either even just making the Freightliner logo larger. Um, Lots of things you can do, and there's so much room for activities here with just the number 2. So I like the background, but just because of the poor use of space, we're gonna have to put that at a C. Next up, Austin Dillon's Bass Pro number 3 car. This one lit up social media last week when it was premiered. Obviously, very obvious throwback to Kevin Harvick's, I believe it was 2005 or 2006 paint scheme. The silver, that's shiny. The orange number on the silver looks fantastic. Uh, I think this is an obvious S tier. I don't know if you can rank this any lower. Like I was kind of thinking A, but the orange and silver, great color combo. All the space is used, and you kind of just can't go wrong with it. It's gonna be great to see the orange on the hood. That's gonna be really easy to see anywhere it is in the pack, especially at Daytona coming up. But that's a great looking car. Next up, oh man, compared to the number 3, this one just doesn't quite hit as well. Um, Still got the orange, the true timber camo. Ah, I don't know what the hood looks like. I'm guessing that's all black. I do want to kind of use this, just the side view, like the official NASCAR paint scheme preview. Um, if I start doing this more and I start getting it down, I might do some more video editing and stuff to show like the 3D renders and some of the social media posts and such. But just as is, I think this is going to be another B tier. Next up, Kyle Larson's HendrickCars.com car. Classic. Can't beat the classics. I don't think there's much to say about this. I think a lot of people don't know this is Ricky Hendrick's car from 2001 or 2002. Maybe even the year 2000. Might be that early. People say, I've seen people post on X and such, like, why doesn't this car change? It's never going to change, guys. It looks great. It looks great on a truck, on a car, on the next gen with the number move forward. It's never going to change. It doesn't need to change. That's about all I can say about it. Next up, Corey LaJoie, because he's substituting for Keselowski. Wow, this is the third camo car in 5 paints. Solomon Plumbing. I don't know why it's camo. I don't really understand that. Maybe it's supposed to be snow camo because they were supposed to run in the snow. Nothing really particularly exciting about this car. I don't know. Compared to the other camo cars, which there will be comparisons, I think this is going to have to be a C tier just because nothing quite jumps out to me. I do like the RFK scallops on the bottom side, how they do that throughout. Decent use of space. Solomon Plumbing has a large logo, and they didn't try to squish it in here and just leave this empty. But I'm just not feeling the snow camo very much. But I guess it makes sense for the weekend that it was supposed to run on. Next we have Daniel Suarez. I forgot he went to the 7. Another orange car. Wow, camo cars and orange cars. That's kind of the pattern so far. Cal Ripken Senior Foundation. Not really familiar with that. I don't know if Cal Ripken has colors. I know he played baseball, but I'm not familiar with any ties that he has. I think that number might be chrome, which that'll be cool. I don't know why they don't use more chrome elements, because the 25th anniversary, that'd be cool to see orange, but good use of space, good use of color. It'll stand out really well. But also nothing particular crazy on this. I think the hood is all black, the white nose. But it should be pretty easy to see. I think this might be another C tier. That might move as well, but we'll take a look in the future. Next up, Kyle Busch's Zone Nicotine Pouches car. I think this is the 3rd year that they've run this exact same paint scheme, which on a certain level I don't have a problem with that, especially if the paint scheme works. Great use of space, zone. They got the container on the back, the green stripes, the big green highlight. It all stands out well. Very familiar to see on track at this point. So we're gonna make that a B tier. But as far as I'm concerned, it's going to have to be something really special to kind of jump out and get my attention. Just based on, if you're familiar with my paint schemes and my work, then I like bright colors. I like just things that are different. And it's kind of the same thing, but at the same time it is different. The blue highlight, there's not really much use of gradients on a lot of cars, even though they have the technology to use it. Since it's all printed now, it's not painted like the old cars. But not a bad paint scheme by any means. Very familiar. Next up we have Chase Elliott's new Napa car. I've seen a lot of mixed kind of feelings on this. I actually like the white base. I don't typically like white cars, but what a white base car allows you to do is something different with the number. And so many cars have white numbers. I guess this isn't the, like, that makes sense, that makes sense. That kind of makes sense. Some of them, sometimes the white number makes sense, sometimes it doesn't. But Chase Elliott's 9 car, from the renders I saw on that Hendrick posted, I don't know if I like the blue line clashing with the 9. It kind of muddies it up. I don't know exactly know what I would do to change it other than just dropping this stripe or moving it, changing the angle, something like that. But this is a solid car. I think people will get used to it. I was not a fan of the all blue cars that he ran for the past, I think, 2 years. I thought they were really boring and just not fun to look at. But getting closer back to his paint scheme from 2019, 20, 2021, won the 2020 championship. Yeah. So I liked that car a lot, and I think this is a better evolution of that paint scheme than what the past couple years have been. So we're going to put this in A tier. Next up, Ty Dillon's Grizzly nicotine pouches. This car looks really similar to the previous years. Um, Nothing super crazy on it. Red and black, white text, all good. I've been enjoying the race for the seat season. I have to watch episode 6 here in a little bit. Probably do that after this video. But this is pretty solid. Definitely not bad. But again, not special. Nothing really jumps out at me. Really similar to last year's paint scheme. Looks like the hood's going to be all black as well. So just for like not shaking it, like if it's grizzly, like put a giant grizzly bear on the side or something. Like you can do it. I know you can do it. That'd be great. Uh, but we're gonna put that in C tier just because it's not doing anything super crazy or fun, at least to me. Um, but good use of space. Uh, Sponsors all over it. Good to see that for any car team. Next up, this is a fun car. Bob's Discount Furniture. I think the color's great. Sponsors filled in the space. See, this is the kind of thing that you can't do if the number's in the center. If this blank space is dedicated to essentially nothing because there's no contingency decals anymore, you can't have Bob flying off of Bob's Discount Furniture logo. Like, it's going to be crammed up here above the fender, and you can't have him flying around all fun and stuff. Like, this is a fun car. It's bright. It's going to get, definitely going to get the attention of younger fans. So, I love the red and yellow 11. S. Do I want to make it S? I think it might be an S tier, just because it's such a fun paint scheme. It goes with NASCAR, like guy flying, like yeah. I didn't think it was gonna be an S when I did my little preview before I started recording, but I think this car is S tier. Like, this is great. Next up, Ryan Blaney, number 12, same car. It's Penske, so they don't change a lot of stuff. They kind of keep similar paint schemes year in, year out. The hood, it looks like it's black on this one. I know that it changes depending on what Menard's sub-sponsor or brand is being promoted. I like the Duracell one with that hood with the bronze on it. But just since it hasn't changed, I guess Menard's hasn't really changed their paint scheme in 25 years or so. But I don't know. I like neon yellow, but I think this is going to be just a B for me. Next up, it was the headliner for this. The green Grizzly pouches, which just because since I gave Ty Dillon's car a C tier, I think this has to go to C as well. Same paint scheme, different color grading. which I do appreciate. Same cars with just altered colors is nice, but again, nothing too crazy jumping out. I don't know if I like the colors over the fenders. That's kind of a little wonky, but I guess we'll see. I guess it can't be as bad as the designs they were doing in what was that, late Gen 6 era, where they were trying to trick the laser scanners with their paint schemes. that was that was an interesting time. That made for some ugly cars. But moving right along, Chris Buescher's Fifth Third Bank car. I think he's been running this similar paint scheme for a few years as well. So we do have some cars that are like they're starting to stick to their old design, or like they just keep repeating it, and when new sponsors come on, then they make a new paint scheme instead of like making a new paint scheme every year for the same sponsor. I guess that is kind of up to the sponsor. If they like it, they keep it. But I like the color grading, overall gradient, the layered gradients in the back going on. But it is something we've seen before. So I think this will be a B again for Chris Buescher. Next up, Chase Briscoe, number 19. Great paint scheme, great use of space, complex with the camo patterns in the background, which, obviously it says that they can do complex images and such. Always love that the tracker boat's orange, but we do have a white number. That's not great, but this one's kind of tough. Kind of want to put it A tier because it does look really sharp. I think it's pretty similar from last year. They typically do Bass Pro Shops tracker. They typically do some tweaks year to year. I just haven't really looked at the old paint schemes recently. But let's put them in A tier. That's a pretty solid paint. So nothing super terrible so far. So that's good. Next up, Christopher Bell, Mobile One car. Really liking the red number. Definitely seeing some more colored numbers mixed in this year, versus either just white or plain black on a white background. So that really jumps out. The Mobile One Pegasus, big and up front. Again, something you can't really do. I know Jeremy Mayfield's old Penske car, like it had the wings on the side, but doing the full Pegasus, that's obviously really good branding. I think this might be another A tier. Well, yeah, I think Briscoe's car is going to go to B, and Bell's going to go to A. Next up, another classic, Wood Brothers number 21, gold number, red, white, and blue. It's another one of those paint schemes, just like Kyle Larson's, that it's been around for so long that it's not only easily recognizable, but also just works on any car you put it on. If you can do a design like that, then you're doing pretty good. So even though we've seen it before, it's also a classic. Not broke, don't fix it. Gonna go to A tier. And Joey Logano, this I know is a new design. Shell Pennzoil, and I like it. The larger scale, I almost wonder if more Penske cars are going to have this sort of the more subtle lines for the secondary and tertiary colors. going across the top here, because this is pretty sharp. I'm curious to see what the roof looks like. So I know a few years ago he did it's like a red roof with a yellow number. Excuse me, needed a drink there. And that looked, in retrospect, it looks kind of odd, but at the same time, it stands out. Very easily recognizable. But it's also Joey Logano, and I don't want to I don't want to catch too much heat on the first video. So let's put this at B, just because I kind of want to see more of it. I want to see what that roof looks like. This might go up in the future. Anyway, moving on. Bubba Wallace's Robin Hood Toyota. Love the neon yellow, black on neon yellow. If you're familiar with my personal car, it's kind of similar, but I have some colorful effects in the darker areas. I think this is obvious A tier territory. I would go S, but I also think it has some kind of unnecessary designs, like the black. I don't know if they're using that for some secondary sponsors, like they have Xfinity and Columbia back here. I don't know if they're saving this for that as well. I guess we'll see on the car that runs. And then, this point kind of clashes with that, getting kind of nitpicky. But solid car, very, very easy to see, of course. I wouldn't be upset if he ran this car all year. But I know we've already seen the Xfinity car, so that won't happen. But good car overall, very, very obvious. And we're not seeing like the same yellows over and over either, though it is similar to Blaney's car. So that might not quite be the best on a super speedway. You might want to change that door number, or maybe the roof looks a little different. But we'll see how that goes in the future. Next, the new Valvoline design. I don't know if this Valvoline design is only going to be on Byron's car, or if that's going to be on Larson's for his paint schemes as well this year. I think this is really interesting. It kind of goes against a lot of typical paint schemes that, kind of start at the bottom of the front tire and go up towards the rear. So really different there. I like how the 24 is boxed in there. The red, it's good color blocking. Not the best for, use of space as far as sponsors go, but the way it carries your eye, it's not bad. I do wish if that 24 was red, or don't tempt me, the classic 24 yellow, I think this would be probably an S tier paint, especially with like the gradients you see on the nose and the quarter panel here. I almost wish they would have elaborated on that a little bit more, because this is the same angle. Like, feed that into here. Like, I don't know. So I don't know if they have other plans for this space. Like, put the Valvoline V there. I don't know if they still use the classic V, but like the way this comes down and squares off with Valvoline, that looks great. So I think this might have to be a B. Because there's a lot that I like about it, but some things are kind of weird. Like this red triangle, I like it, and at the same time I don't. I think it's kind of strange. But we'll see how it looks on track. That's the ultimate judge of these things. So these renders are always kind of a little off, but moving on. Todd Gilliland's 34. Jerry Hunt. Derry O/Jerry Hunt Supercenter Ford. Also looks like a car that we should be running since the track is covered in snow, or it was over the weekend. Secondary and tertiary sponsors in the spot that is legally allowed up on the front. Black number, that's good. Just not I don't know if I really like this. I'm not familiar with some of these brands, so maybe the green and the red makes sense. There might be something on the hood that kind of ties it together. But I think this might be a D tier. It's like maybe a darker green. It wouldn't clash as much. I don't know. It just doesn't. It's not that appealing to me. Next up, Riley Herbst, classic Monster Energy paint scheme. It's gonna be flat black with some green. I do like the green on the, what do we call? I call them running boards on all my paint files. I don't know if they are running boards or what the proper name for it is. Uh, but my personal opinion with especially Monster, since they've been running this paint scheme for I think over 25 years. I think the first NASCAR car was Ricky Carmichael's truck around 2005. So they put zero energy on it and a couple green highlights so you can try to distinguish the car on the track. Like there's so many monster flavors. They have so much room for creativity, and they have all these art assets, and they just don't really use them. So that's going to be a point off for me. So 2 in a row to D tier. Next up, Zane Smith's Long John Silver's car. Now this would be a great example. They use these preview templates that have all these like highlights and lowlights on them for the curves of the car that just don't exist in real life. Obviously the physical curves are there, but the way they look make them look all glossy and stuff, it's just not there. But we do have the blue number on the yellow. They could go with white, I suppose, but I'm glad they didn't. I think a missed opportunity is some sort of fish design. It's Long John Silver's. You could have a happy little fish on the side here. Like, the shape just needs a little bit of play, and you could have a fish alongside. And the color combo is not bad. Obviously, the Long John Silver's car, but again, nothing super crazy going on. So I'm gonna put that at C tier. Next up, Cole Custer's Haas Tooling number 41 Chevrolet this year. Definitely an updated design. It looks really aggressive. Like that looks really aggressive. I definitely want to see what's on the hood. But overall, like the way it's sitting, the layers of the colors, red, gray, black, and looks like there's a lot of little details and shadows and slashes going on in here, which makes sense for, CNC machines. Kind of playing off of that motif, I believe. And then everything's blocked off really well. You have sponsors here in the black. That's all squared off really nicely. I think this is definitely a B tier. Next up, Tyler Reddick and the Chumba Casino car. I was not a fan of the Chumba Casino cars from last year. I thought the block shapes that they had were in weird places, and they just didn't vibe with me very well. This one, I think this looks a lot better. It seems they are sacrificing some of the color because all the highlights are red. I know all the 2311 cars run this, so they might change that for whichever car's running it. Like if Bubba's running it, maybe they'll run the yellow, and if Herbst is running it, maybe they do the green or the blue. Like I feel like these elements could be changed either depending on the driver or the race, whatever. Or the logo has so many colors, just make it something different every time. I think that'd be really cool to see. I do like how the A-pillar's striped. It looks like the nose has stripes. This definitely looks better than last year's car. Still kind of confusing. I'm not familiar with this brand, so maybe it makes sense to that. This might move up in later weeks, but for now, I'm putting it in C. Also, kind of missed opportunity with the number just being white. I know that's probably easier. The white definitely stands out on the black with that red highlight, but they definitely could have gone, I think, a couple different directions. Also, blank quarter panel, so that should be updated. I don't know what would be missing there. I don't know if he runs the Robin Hood car as well. I think it's just Bubba and Herbst. Or no, Corey Heim ran it. He ran it inverted, so I guess we'll see what happens with this car. This could move up from C, though. This has potential. We'll see what happens with it. Next up, Alex Bowman's new Ally car. Another car that looks really aggressive. I like, again, something else that I like a lot more than the previous car that had all those little squiggles and lines and stuff in it. You know, props to any iRacing painter who took the time to replicate that. I don't know how you'd go about doing that. I find replicas really tedious, but it is a white number, but I think it makes sense right next to the big Ally logo. So I think this is going to be, I think this might be A tier because it works really well. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see on track. Gonna definitely stand out. There's not a lot of purple cars out there. Cody Ware's Evel Knievel Museum Chevrolet. This looks familiar. I believe it's similar. Oh, they switched to Chevrolet as well, it looks like. I don't think they did that last year. I think that's new. But obviously, Evel Knievel, I think that's... Did he do... I don't know if he jumped cars, but I think that's just a straight paint scheme replica of his motorcycles. And big old motorcycle on the side. You know what that's all about. So I think this is going to be a B tier. Next up, Ty Gibbs. Again, Monster Energy. It's going to be matte black. This promo, like, what do you call it, template that they use makes it look glossier than what it's going to be on track. Could do a green number. Could do any number of Monster Energy flavors. Could do green wheels. Like, this car has yellow wheels. Why don't they have green wheels on the Monster car? That'd be great. But I think it's going to go alongside Herbst at a D tier. And next up, I think this is probably the best looking RFK car for this race. Very flat design. Obviously, the number is going to be chrome silver. I think it's B tier. There's nothing. Nice, bright, lots of contrast, good use of space. This is like the one design from RFK where like their scallops kind of clash with the base scheme underneath of it. So if I was designing one of these cars, I'd probably go a little bit different direction. My mind goes to Kurt Busch's, what was it, 2009? Miller Lite Vortex car where it had the beer pouring out on the side, and that just became like iconic for the time. I think was that beer pouring out. So you could do Coca-Cola pouring out, you do bubbles, like all kinds of different stuff you can do with something like Coca-Cola. But definitely not bad. Not stupendous or anything, but solid design. Michael McDowell's number 71 Workforce Chevrolet. I believe this is probably the same paint scheme that they ran last year with this. Great use of space. Really nice big logo on it. The 71, I think they could probably make that yellow since they have some yellow highlights around. I think that would make it kind of jump out, be a little bit more different. But white text, white number. Unlike with Bowman's car was just big Ally logo, big 48 being the same color. Like this one, there's some gaps in spacing and stuff that you can allow for some differences in space and things. So I think I'm going to put this at C. Next we have Carson Hocevar's car, the Ziegler.com, Ziegler Auto Group. I know this has changed from last year, but it is a little bit different. I think there's a little bit more yellow, especially on the nose. But again, I don't know. I'm waiting for the Chili's cars. Those are going to be fantastic, I think. So, gonna put that at C as well. Excuse me. And last up, we're gonna kind of do these two together. Connor Zilic in the '88 Trackhouse car with whatever secondary sponsors they're doing, and Shane Van Gisbergen's '97 Trackhouse car. These are incredible. This is the kind of like out there design that I expect from Trackhouse, and they blew it away. I thought the Chastain's and Gisbergen's cars last year were amazing for the Clash, and again this year. They got the Red Bull noses, these like the car camo or dazzle camo type designs in the background with the neon yellow big logos. Love the big logos. Neon numbers. I might have to pick up some of these when I see them at the track. But these are both easy S tier cars. So there we have it. There's your top performers, or so to speak. And let me put my info up here. And no Fs, so that's good. Just a couple unimpressive cars, a couple average looking designs that they might grow on me. I'm gonna do this every week, even if like the cars are the same. Seeing them on track might change my opinion of them. A lot of B tier cars, and this is a pretty good graph. Like there's nothing really bad, so that's always good to see. I think overall this is a really tight field as far as the designs go, because the cars just look so good. Like there's a lot of people with skills to do this stuff, and you got to do something really spectacular to stand out from the pack. But that's what it comes down to for these things. So S tiers this week, we have Austin Dillon, Denny Hamlin, Shane Van Gisbergen, or he's in the 97 now, and Connor Zilic. And hope to see this later. Can't wait for the race. Wednesday night at 6. I'll be at work, but I'll be watching on my phone when I have time. And if you're playing iRacing and you want some cool paint schemes or paint scheme assets, if you're a painter or you're making your own paints, go to neonism.artstation.com. You can follow the QR code with your phone. Pick up some content there. You can also find my stuff on SimWrap Market if you are so inclined. And if you want a custom paint scheme from me, you can also reach out and I'll see what I can do for you. Got a lot of projects in the work. This is something I kind of want to do for fun and just see the kind of reactions and such that I get. But yeah, we'll see you for Daytona. Enjoy the race.